Okay, as you can tell, this is right from where I took the thumbnail for the episode 23. Wow, that one took so long to get done. I was beyond frustrated with it. Um, I had so many problems cropping up. Um, I just wasn't getting around to editing it, and by the time I go to do that, like days after I recorded the outro for that video, we better check this area, make sure it's all cleaned up. Oh yeah, I cleaned that up months ago, actually, technically. Yeah, just some family drama stuff. No one's going to jail. No one's getting divorced or anything. Um, let's see. Yeah, it took like 3.5. Like, by the way, this is after I finished the same day I finished uploading, or like editing and uploading episode 23. It had only been uploaded for like a little over half an hour by the time I got started on this. I just got back from watching Deadpool 3. Um, yeah, my skin is appropriate now, even though I haven't changed it in years. By the way, I found out apparently you can farm these things now. I didn't know that, but I'm gonna have to look into that. As well divest myself of this stuff. Yeah, so like as I'd mentioned, I had that one. I've been getting more vintage Lego sets. As I'm sure you saw in the little titles, I'm not sure if it'd be technically. I don't think it's technically subtitles because it's not what I was saying in the episode. But I'd had I'd managed to get all the that last set from the UFO theme before the issues with the laptop. It kept doing like this blue screen thing. Apparently, there's some kind of file that was corrupted or whatever in the BIOS or whatever. I'm not a computer techie guy. As you can see, this area is now devoid of lava and obsidian, and I've been going through clearing this stuff out. What I might do is come through and remove this. I'll probably do the same thing with the other single beacon over there. But for now, what I'm going to do is, well, first I'm going to show you what the project will be, and then I'll do some off-camera stuff. These are those same rockets from the previous episode. The Flight Duration 1 rockets. But for this episode, I'm going to build a witch farm because those are a good way to get infinite redstone, even more so than they have been previously. Let's see. Now, the reason I need the redstone is because I'm going to do some sorting machine stuff. And I'll have like a shulker unloader that will send all those shulker boxes, around 60, maybe even more, that I have down there. I'm going to send those through, and it's going to sort everything. Oh, I better. F3B. I'm pretty sure, and I've also taken the cat from here too. I was going to start off originally showing that cat in my little home there, but I'd forgotten. But anyway, this right here is what we're going to need. There's going to be platforms about, like, I think like right here, and I think right there. There might be one that's either one lower or above, but they're going to go into some kind of thing that's going to send them all upward, where I'm going to tear them up with a looting 3 sword. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, get the blocks I need to build this lower part. I've only done like one witch farm ever. But when I get back, when you see me again, I'm gonna have that prepped up for building the thing, or started. And then There we go. But yeah, I'm gonna go get the blocks I need to build this thing. Kitty! Alright, as you can see here, I have one of the new crafting blocks. They've been out for over a month now. In case you haven't seen them yet, you just put a dropper, 2 redstone, a crafting table, and 5 iron ingots in there, and it'll put this up there. Or rather, that's how you craft a crafter. And all you gotta do is you power it, and boom! There we go. Oh, I didn't realize there was a... I totally forgot about that. You know, I'll take this one with me. But the I think the way I'm going to do this particular... Oh, whoops. The way I'm going to do this particular build is like the way I used to do the well, the way I did the bamboo farm, right? With the not gonna hurt to have 2 of those in there. That's probably way more than I need to. Let's see. I got these 2 cats here meowing at me, and I got one of my cats in the real world meowing at me. What's doing, Pufftail? Yeah, she's a fluffball cat. I don't think I actually need that, so I can put this back in the redstone box. You're so meowy, kitty. But, yeah, I'm gonna go and do chunks of the, like, portions of the build. It's actually a pretty simple build. This is also gonna be the second time I've built a witch farm. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish watching the video on how to build it first. Yeah, I'm just trying to use up my flight duration 1 rockets from the previous episode. Yay! Fool. Okay. As you can see, I'm on the roof of the witch hut. These right here are to mark out the spawning platforms. This is also going to be the second time I've built a witch farm, and it's not going to be the same as the last one. It's also going to be a little bit it might be a little bit faster, I think. But there will be a solid platform here, and the reason why these are up 1 above sea level is because the tutorial video I watched for this particular farm, it's a Raiseworks video. I'll link his video in the description in case you need a much more detailed thing for the build here. But you would go to the back corners underneath the roof there. You'd put the block. And, you know, as I said, you know, this is up a block higher, so these are going to actually be 1 above sea level. And then you'd come 2 air blocks, and then another, and then 2 more, and another. And these ones would be, obviously, as you can see, even with the front of the porch. I am going to have to carve away a good chunk of this hill, because there's going to be some cells holding snow golems, and there's going to be some kind of a water thing, so that any potions the witches throw out will get sucked down to these magma blocks, and they won't hurt the snow golems, because what they do is they start with a potion of slowness, and they'll follow with harming. They might, I don't know if they'll use poison or splash poison on snow golems. I know they use them on players. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. I had a bit of an outtake where I was going to show the crafters. I had one that had a built one in there. All you do is you take 2 redstone dust in the bottom corners, like there and there, with a dropper right here, a crafting table here, and then 5 iron ingots in the rest. And you provide a single pulse of power, and it'll create one object or one item. So anyway, I will be back in just a few once I've gotten to at least the part where I would need to build the snow golem chambers. Okay, change of plans. After reviewing some of the stuff from the video, I could get much better rates if I make the Hoglin or Zoglin version of the farm instead of the snow golem farm. So I'm going to have to get some ice, and I'm also going to build a platform somewhere that can spawn those things, and then I will have them chase me through the portal or something. I don't know. It's going to take a little bit of work, but it'll get done. It'll get done, yeah, trust me. It's going to get done. Don't worry. Okay, you can see I've got something over here. I thought this was actually going to take more room. I had to look up how to make an auto crafter. This one is just for making shulkers or shulker shells. You gotta have, apparently you gotta have 2 in here. I haven't tested this thing yet, but there we go. Now every time I need to get another one, I just, for like all this stuff, I can just run over there and press that button and boom. So now we have an empty shulker box sitting somewhere. Oh yeah, I also had to fix the shulker farm. I've put it back on peaceful mode, but I was spending a few hours just trying to find something. I thought I had to report a bug or whatever. No. In 1.21, they changed the scaffolding mechanics slightly. And it was causing the shulker just wasn't teleporting. Alright? It wasn't doing its thing. Now we'll go over here, and the fix was just so ridiculous. There used to be a, oh great, I gotta replace the shulker. Well, there's a shulker up there, so it won't be a big deal to put a new one in here. I replaced that scaffolding there with a button. Wow, this thing's so loud up here. But that made this thing work again. But I've got so many shells right now, I don't need to really worry too much about that. So, anyway, I'm going to go back to get... I went and just got a whole bunch of ice. And I'm going to get back to... when I come back, I'll have the thing set up for moving hoglins into the farm. And then I'll get back with you. Okay, as you can see, I'm back up in the swamp. I put packed ice for the bottom one, because the way this is going to work is there's going to be a zoglin on each platform, and when witches spawn, the thing will just push them off by charging towards them and hitting them. And the ice will make them slide real fast. And because it's undead, if the witches do use a splash potion of harming on it, it'll actually cause it to heal a little bit. But I've now got to build up something to get the zoglins into here. And also to get them get them to the portal in the first place. You know what? I got a better idea for how I can do this. I'm going to probably just use some copper lightning rods to get out of the farm, because the zoglins will not be able to run out like I can. So I'm going to go grab that stuff real quick, and I'll be back once I'm got everything set up to get those zoglins into the farm. Okay, I've got 4 of the 6 zoglins in, but I see one of the new mobs, and I gotta kill the new ones to get one of the advancements back on. Eek. It's like a skeleton, just a little slower. That was a zombie. I've also been given them weird names. One of them I've had to replace because I'd forgotten my armor had thorns on it, and the dang thing ended up dying. I named that one was named Karen. It was a dumb name for it. Now this one, that's Dave, not from accounting, because there's more than one Dave. Dave from accounting is the one who's a problem. Whoa! Alright. Now the doors, it doesn't really matter. Like, the thing with the doors is that if there's a witch that spawns on each side, then they won't both go to the same witch. So it's just to improve rates. But I will come back when I have this thing finished, which shouldn't take, or at least this part done. That shouldn't be too much. Actually, you know what? Instead of just showing the platforms and all that off, what I will do is I will come back once I've gotten like this thing capped, and I think for the witch removal system, like instead of them just dropping down there to the bottom, you know. Yeah, I'll just see you in a few. I guess I might as well show real quick how I'm getting them zoglins. That goes straight to the witch farm. But this little area here, you can see from the little particles that this is a crimson forest biome. And I'm just gonna come up here till they spawn. Any minute. There we go. Now, the thing I gotta do is I can put this on peaceful. They won't despawn. The zoglins will if I go through the portal. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this guy, go all the way over to those portals. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Quiet, you. And here we are. Which, again, it's not really a long trek. It's only like 100 blocks or so. Let's see, Tacky Zach, Dean Gustav. There we go. Call you Tacky Zach. And boom! There he goes. Better take that off, because I don't want him dying. Alright, now he should. Yes. He has fallen. Oof. Okay, this should be it for the platform. Well, I'm gonna replace those last 2 smooth stone. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some tricky stuff to get those. But I just gotta get one more in, and I can cap this. And I'll see you in a bit. Okay, as you can see, there are 6 hit boxes in there, and I've slabbed the top to keep it dark so I can have it run during the day. But this here, I just come in and clear out all the way around it, and 4 blocks of space of open air below it. That's so the witches won't hit their heads on the platform there. But I will come back once I've gotten this area, which you just got to put the water in there, and it'll push them out to a bubble column. It's going to shoot them straight up that way. And once I get that done, I'll move the I'll put a new portal up there so that one can come out. And I've also already cleaned up all the stuff I use for collecting these things. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay. You might hear some witches here in a moment. Yeah, I can see some sightlines. There we go. So this is our little spot here. Give them a quick slice. Now some folks will use like an auto clicker. I might put a beacon out here for haste. Now I'm not going to be running a sorting machine on this just yet. I also want to use a what's it called? Saw my phone going off. An auto crafter to craft this down into redstone blocks. But let's give this a quick little gander down here at what I had done. Okay, so I had actually gotten it wrong. The floor needed to be 1 higher. Let's see if I can get it in there real quick. So you see, and then I done just like I did with the skeleton farm, where it goes back 1. And on the wide side, you would put your water sources. This here is to give them a little bit of damage. That'll do a cooldown on them despawning. So if they take a little bit of damage, we got alright. So we got a sign there, and on the bottom with an upside down stair there. Fill this in. So I can get in there, we can see it. 2 blocks, I think it is, past the yeah. So you got the sign right there. You got 2 more blocks, a wall, and I messed this up initially, but you would go the next block over from the wall. You'd have a soul sand right there above it. 2 signs there, and it's a there you can see there's an air gap right there. And you have a gap right there, so that way when the witches actually get to where they touch this water. Oh, I need to fix that actually. Let's get that glass out of there. There. It should work a little bit better now. You know what? Let's get to where I can see it on the sides. Now, that right there, it'll cause it to pull them in a little bit. Make them go a little bit faster. Yeah. Now, I am going to fancify this a little bit later. Let's see. Let's skip up to the top. Actually, whee. Now, I will do improvements to this area later on. Kind of like how I did some improvements to the skeleton farm, which I might actually finish doing some improvements to it. But anyway, for now, we got this thing. I need a... Let me get my tinted glass out. And I will put a doohickey here. And at some point I will come by in the future, like when I go to add on the the sorting and the auto crafter for the thing. And yes, I am going to get an auto clicker at some point, so I can just keep killing them. Although I could just be patient and let mob cramming do them in. Ooh, that was a head. A witch head. And see, this is gonna be how I get my unlimited redstone power. Unlimited power. But yeah, and there will also be a bubble elevator in the future as well. Although I could put in a I am going to move the portal up here at some point. But for now, we have our source of redstone. So I will see you in the next one. I think what I'll do for that is I'll just go about... I'll do phase 1 of a guardian farm, which is just... you encase it in glass and then drain it. Thankfully, I have all those sponges, but yeah. Now that I have this done, you know, this is gonna, like every redstone project I have in the future, it's gonna be fed by this. So I'll just see y'all when I get around to that.